Is WWE trying to buy TNA under Billy Corgan's nose? Hi guys, welcome to another edition of a General Jerry channel. We're uploading videos now around about this time, Monday to Friday, and we're going to be doing daily uploads all during the week. I'm going to be working overtime on this because I might have to upload a video at some point in the weekend because we might have news that TNA might go under. Now, here's the thing. Before I get into the source, Billy Corgan has stated that if he is to buy TNA, that is not including the massive payouts that he has to make. That's not even including the amount of money that he has to make for Bound for Glory. Billy Corgan has said even if he does this, he's going to be changing the name for TNA. He's going to change the name to something else. Whatever situation comes out of this, unless another buyer, unlike WWE or Ring of Honor, okay? Unless there's another outside buyer, okay? TNA's name will be gone. Now, the company, if Billy Corgan buys it, the TNA assets and the company and the revenue and everything will go to him. But Billy Corgan has stated that he will change the name date. So no matter what way you look at this, there will be a dent in TNA, and that dent is massive because the name will be taken. As you can see, I'm very serious about this. And the reason why I'm serious is because I said this 5 years ago. And I don't want to bring it up. But a lot of you know when I was on Enter Arena, I went on it was my first year in ETA, okay? And I made a bold statement. And the statement was that TNA will be no more. The name is going to be taken no matter what happens, unless there's a new buyer, okay? I've done the research, I've seen everything. If this happens, then I was right from the start. And do I want to be right? That's the question. I have said this on countless occasions that I didn't like TNA in the past. But I have respect for them. I have respect for that company. For what they're doing recently. The issue that I had those 5 years ago in 2010 is when Hogan and Bischoff came, I knew it was going to be another WCW job. I just knew it. And I'm sure a lot of people knew it themselves. They just didn't want to admit it. Now, hopefully, even if Billy Corgan buys TNA, he will be changing the name. But Billy Corgan does seem very unlikely to buy it. There is massive payouts. He doesn't even have enough money for Bound for Glory on Sunday. Regardless, Billy Corgan has said that he will be there on Sunday. But I'm hearing reports right now that certain flights have been cancelled. That is still a rumour at this point. But there is rumours at this point that certain flights to Bound for Glory on Sunday have been cancelled. Let's get into the source right now. I wanted to say that before we start this video because this week might be the biggest week in YWC history. The biggest. And I want to make this very perfectly clear. I'm not saying there's a very small percentage that TNA might get out of this. But regardless, even if Billy Corgan buys this company, the name will be changed. Because the name has been tarnished, unfortunately. And unfortunately, Matt Hardy's storyline, everything that they've been doing right now, unfortunately, was too late. They should have been doing this years ago. And it's not the wrestler's fault. It's not Billy Corgan's fault. It's not the production team. It's not that. And I hate to say that, but it's Dixie Carter's. Dixie Carter messed this shit up. She should have let someone in with some stake in TNA ages ago. So that this company can push itself further. New eyes, new ideas. But she didn't do it. Let's get into the source. TNA President Billy Corgan appeared on ESPN's radio and discussed the latest news about possibly buying TNA. When asked if he could win a bidding war with WWE, When asked if he could win a bidding war with WWE, Corgan said he couldn't. I want to repeat that again. He said he couldn't. Noting that Vince McMahon could buy it and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. You can have fantastic wrestling, you can have great storylines, but the people with the power and the money, that unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, is what matters. Is that right? No. But that's business. And business is a cruel, cruel game. It's incredibly cruel. And I know a lot of TNA fans are going to be upset. I understand that. And I feel yous. I really do. I would not have been saying this years and years ago. I would have not. If this was happening a few years ago, you all know me, I would have been like, yeah, all that's here. But at this point, no. And the reason why I say this is because TNA may have been the last stand against WWE. Now, there might be a chance that Billy Corgan buys this. He might change the name. Then they might go into somewhere where they might even get in the realm of somewhere. All right, but also they are with a television deal. They might lose that television deal after the television deal. Seeing this, there's a possibility of that. And if they drop that TV deal, then even if Billy Corgan has a company, he's gonna have to fight for another network. So that being said, let's read on further. He said, there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. Since Corgan already has a stake in TNA, he would know if a sale to WWE was happening. To his knowledge, it isn't going to happen right now. Keywords, right now. But there's still a possibility. There's a possibility. Corgan talked about how it is currently a gunfight to see who ends up with the control of the company. He's still not 100% sure that Bound for Glory will take place, but he is hoping for another miracle that will allow the company to move forward. The talent he spoke with told him not to take a bad deal because of the fear that this situation will repeat itself in a few months. He believes everyone involved in negotiations are trying to avoid a situation where everyone is out of work. Regarding what he would do with TNA, Corgan notes that the company needs, that he wants to change the brand. Okay? Now what I mean by brand is, he's going to change the name. I am very certain of that. If he's forking out a shitload of money, he's not going to want TNA in the name. I know that's bad. I know that's hard to say, but he's going to have to change the name of it. So either way, whatever way this works out, it's not looking for the TNA name. Now, the TNA company, the actual company, it could get worse. If WWE swoop in, number one, it's not going to be a WCW job where they might take a few people in and that's it. There's a possibility they might look into maybe certain talent like Decay, the Hardys, as well as many others. There's a possibility they can look into that. But let's be honest, some of these wrestlers that aren't going to be in TNA are going to be out of a job, and that's not right. And unfortunately, there's no competition now. Guys like Sandow, Cody Rhodes has just re-signed with TNA. I think he's re-signed at the worst time, but I think Cody Rhodes can do really well in the indies. I don't think Cody wants to come back to WWE so soon. In fact, Cody Rhodes is now going to be on Arrow. So I think his career's all good in that regard. But regardless as to what happens, ladies and gentlemen, what I personally believe is that WWE will only buy TNA for the library. If WWE do buy it, I would say they may do a TNA invasion angle. Let's be honest with you, the invasion angle with WCW and WWE didn't work out right. Vince, in the back of his mind, has always regretted this. He might try and do an invasion angle. Maybe. I'd say 5% chance. But the big percent chance is that he wants that library. I said this even before these sources came out. I've stated this on multiple occasions. WWE just want the library. They don't want anything else. Just the library. But WWE might... You know how big WWE's ego is. A lot of you will know. It really wouldn't surprise me if Vince McMahon boasts about it and says, I bought another company. And turns around and says, I own TNA. I don't think he's going to keep that as an actual company. They've already got NXT, SmackDown, Raw. There's enough wrestling, superstars, all the network stuff. They're not going to keep the TNA name. They're not going to keep the company. Same as Billy Corgan. Whatever happens, this does not work well for TNA, and I don't think TNA can walk away from this for much longer. I hope they do. I hope they do. But there is a chance, ladies and gentlemen, by this week that we could see the death of TNA. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I don't like being very serious. I know I'm like ranting wise, but in a joking way. But this is me being a little bit serious. Trying to take the high road, if that makes sense. When I was bashed, a lot of you will know, well, those old school General Jerry fans will know, 5 years ago, I made the statement that TNA will be no more, and it will go out of business. And I said that because I knew it. I didn't want to say that shit. I really didn't. Really. Deep down, I really didn't. But I knew in my heart of hearts something was going to go wrong. Because the way the Hogan and Bischoff thing was happening and everything else, it just wasn't working. Listen, you cannot let history repeat itself. And in 2010, TNA repeated WCW's history. Unfortunately. That's all I gotta say. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Once the news breaks out, I'm just saying, guys, for TNA fans, I know WWE fans, I know some of the WWE fans are upset. Hey, you know, WWE fans and TNA fans have been sparring for a while online and shit. But we could see the end of TNA. I'm just saying, brace yourselves. Because I know a lot of guys on YouTube or whatever say this might happen, this might happen. What I'm saying to you guys right now, for what I see, okay, from my experience, okay, is to brace yourselves. Okay? For TNA fans. WWE fans, I know you guys watch my channel, but this is specifically for the TNA fans. I'm just saying to you guys, brace yourselves, okay, for the news. Once this news breaks out, I will be on the computer and I will make the video as soon as possible. And let's just hope things work out for them. But by the looks of it, things, it's not working out. I mean, hell, it would be a crying shame if they didn't do Bound for Glory. If I could, I would even fucking fund it if I had to. Honestly, I would. Honestly, I would. You know, it's a crying shame, guys. This is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel. Signing out.